About 83 million tons of plastics has to date accumulated in our oceans. Now, the global G20 member states decided to take action against this plastics leaking into the marine environment. It is estimated that about 8 million tons per year will still reach the oceans, and of this, 80% is from land-based sources. South Africa is currently listed as the 11th worst country with plastics leaking into the marine environment. And in 2019, UNIDO, with the funding from the Japanese government in line with the Blue Oceans vision, is currently implementing a project in South Africa together with the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research as partners to assist South Africa to transition from conventional plastics to more sustainable alternatives.
So the facility we have at the CSIR for polymer processing, called the Nanomaterials Industrial Development Facility, has capabilities that can be leveraged to help implement the UNIDO project, as well as to help transition the plastics industry to a more sustainable industry as a whole. So within the facility we have processing capability. So we can develop different products using our processing facilities, which include the extruder. We also have, from the extrusion process, once you formulated your pellets and compounded them, then you take them to conversion processes. So we do have a film blower that we can use to demonstrate some of those products. We also have an injection molding machine, which we can use to not only develop some of the products, but also to produce test specimen that we use to characterize the materials and the products that we've developed. Apart from the processing facility, we also do have a very extensive characterization facility, which we use for characterizing and testing some of the products and some of the materials that we develop within CSIR, and particularly within the polymer processing group. So in there, we have a range of testing capability that we can use. So we do have thermomechanical testers, we do have flow testers, and one thing that I wanted to highlight on this is the biodegradation test facility. The Japanese government donated, as part of the project, biodegradation test facility that is really enhancing our capability to test different materials for their biodegradability in different atmosphere and conditions rather. So this facility has really enhanced our capacity to support the transition of the industry from the conventional way of doing things to the more sustainable materials by giving us ability to test different polymer materials that are claimed to be biodegradable or compostable. You do require a facility that is independent that can verify claims that are put out there either by industry. So we think that this is going to really help the country moving forward in those verification. So apart from donating the equipment, the Japanese government is also supporting our bid to have the facility accredited by the SANAS, and this will really give us a very good platform as an independent tester, so that the industry can be supported in verification of the different claims on biodegradability.
Through this UNIDO project funded by Japanese government, we also bought the equipments like a CH analyzer and automated titration system. So that really helps to check the material elemental composition, how much the carbon content and the nitrogen content and other elemental composition. That really helps how the degradation of that original material, what are the composition of that material, that technology we developed it. And also we have an automated system, titration that measures if you are manually doing the biodegradation, we can manually check the CO2 emission of the materials also we can check. So that also is supported by the UNIDO project.
One of the research focus areas at the Advanced Polymer Composites Research Group at the Center for Nanostructures and Advanced Materials is the development of sustainable materials and technologies from renewable resources. And these include materials like natural fiber composites, bio-nanocomposites, and compostable plastics for replacing single-use plastics. In terms of testing, one of the most important criteria is the biodegradation testing of materials. So if you want to claim your material as biodegradable or compostable, it's necessary that you do biodegradation testing as per ASTM and ISO conditions. It's not sufficient to claim that your material is biodegradable. That's actually an incomplete statement. You also need to talk about two conditions. One is the conditions of biodegradation and the duration of biodegradation. And these aspects differ for different materials. I would like to thank UNIDO and the Japanese government for funding for procurement of equipment for the biodegradation testing laboratory. Additionally, they have supported the accreditation of the biodegradation testing lab, and with that will be the only accredited biodegradation facility in South Africa. I also acknowledge UNIDO's efforts in driving the sustainability shift in South Africa, because as we all know, in these times sustainability is no longer a choice. It needs to be a conscious decision which is implemented at every level.